So this is a teardown of another Tripplite BC350, but the housing design is different. So I don't know if this one's newer or older than the other one I did. And if I did my job correctly, these both will be going up on the same day, so it'll make more sense. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what's inside. This one only has 2 screws holding it shut. Assuming it's like the other one where the top comes off and kind of peels away. Interesting. This is probably a newer revision because it doesn't have a giant transformer in it. And the only reason you would put a smaller transformer in it would be cost-cutting measures. Although honestly, a 350 VA battery backup probably doesn't need a giant transformer anyways. Typical sealed lead acid battery. This one is a 12 volt 3.2 amp hour battery with F2 terminals. It rattles, which is concerning. Probably means all the stuff in it evaporated. I don't see any cracks, but there's probably some wonderful lead sulfate crystals or something in there. I think that's what the byproduct is. Lead sulfate, the little white stuff that's inside the batteries when the lead plates degrade, or well, I don't know if sealed lead acid batteries have lead plates. I think it's like lead impregnated into some mats. But anywho, I'm rambling about things I don't know anything about, so I'm gonna shut up. Interesting. I wonder how this was assembled. Like, none of these are on connectors, they're all soldered. So there would have been a order to this procedure, although the top indicator lights have their own little removable connector, which is nice. It was glued into place, but I'm guessing that they have the wires all attached to the board and they attach the outlet sockets after the fact. I think the battery in this feels dead. Yeah. Ironically, this newer version would take more work to assemble because like it's all screwed together everywhere. Some more screws. The outlet covers were one piece. So I wonder why they revised it while making it more complicated at the same time. Unless like this is easier to assemble for machines. I don't know. I mean, it still takes more time than just sliding in a board. Because the other one, the main board, just slid inside and that was that. And then the outlets were one row with 2 different sets of plug connectors, but there's just one plastic cover holding it all down. This top lid. These are what we're holding the plugs in place. And we're going to get the PCB out now. I mean, screwed down, I suppose, makes it a little bit nicer. I honestly thought the design of the other one was more elegant, though. I liked it better. And the PCB, it's so far, I mean, it looks pretty much the same. Although I do see it has more transistors on it. A lot more going on this board in general. Also, yay, that's a dead cockroach body. These did come from a restaurant, so not too surprising. Looks like using a lot of standard chips still. Got our ST chip, 692263A. I think that one's an SG3525AP. Texas Instruments chip there, but I cannot read that. Someone, if they're feeling fancy, they'll figure it out. Can't tell what that chip says either. It's like UTC, and then the model is UC3843AL. A lot of surface mount stuff on the bottom of this. And not as much through hole stuff as the other one. See some opto isolators there. Based on these wires here coming from the battery, I'm guessing this section here was doing the power inverting for DC to AC. And some transistors there. IRF 630N. Oh, I wonder, the little symbol there, I wonder if these are, they're the MOSFETs or SCRs? I think. I don't know. What? That's weird. I was expecting transistors there, but we got diodes soldered to metal plate. Bizarre. Is that gonna get hot or something? It looks like it's a full bridge rectifier because there's two sets of diodes on each one and they're going opposite directions. What a weird, I've never seen them do that before. And it's really interesting because the diode lead goes in through the front, out the back, and over the top. That's just bizarre. I really wonder on some of these things. Like, was it like cheaper or something to do that? They had a bunch of spare diodes left over, and they're like, all right, we're just going to solder into a metal plate and wrap it around, and I don't know. The mobs on this one aren't quite as impressive. No thermal fuse between them, though. But yeah, it looks like all the logic was on the bottom. Got a weird thing going on here with this transistor. It's probably a MOSFET driving this area here. It almost looks like a switch mode power supply configuration compared to some of the other switch mode power supplies I've tore apart. But looks like the part number is 2N60L. Yeah, there's like a metal tab on the top of the transistor connected to its tab and a wire coming off of it. I don't know why. A lot of this stuff's a mystery to me, unfortunately. Got some relays there, capacitors. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully it'd be interesting watching the two different models of these tore down and why they did what they did. That's a mystery to me. But either way, thanks for watching.